happy Wednesday, you guys. So today I'm back with yet another instalment for the Walt Disney World planning series. I would have my mini Marises on today, but unfortunately it is very cold here in England today. Even though it's only September, it's very cold. So I've gone with a hoodie instead because I do not like cold. So today we're going to be talking about the Fastpass Plus system running at Disney. Now if you don't know what this is, it's where you can basically allocate yourself a ride time for some of the bigger rides. So we're just basically going to go through it. As per usual, I have stuff on pieces of paper that I wrote down at work because again I've only just finished work. Yay, hence why there's a cup of tea waiting with my name on it. So let's try and get into this quickly, shall we? So first of all, Fastpass Plus is free for anyone on site or off site. It's completely free. It's run through the My Disney Experience app or the My Disney Experience website. So you can use either. If you don't have the app on your phone, you can use their website as well. It's free to all guests who are going to be attending the parks. So as long as you have a valid park ticket and you will be visiting the parks, then you can use Fastpass Plus. Now, on-site guests can make their bookings or selections for their Fastpass Plus 60 days in advance. So 60 days in advance of you staying, you can go and make all your fast passes. That is for every single day. It is not like the dining where you have to do the first 10 days and then the rest. It's all in one go. So you can do that. Off-site guests, it's slightly lower. It's 30 days for off-site guests because obviously being on-site with Disney, it's one of the perks to be able to get those extra 30 days for your fast passes. Okay, so what happens? Basically, you get 3 fast passes that you can pre-book. So you pre-book 3, and then once all 3 of those fast passes are used, then you get rolling fast passes. So you can make a 4th, a 5th, a 6th. You know, you can either do it through the My Disney app on your phone, or they have in-park kiosks that you can go to and make them. So you can make subsequent ones afterwards, provided that there are fast passes left, because obviously they do sell out. They're not a thing that you can do all the time because they allocate a certain amount for different rides, just simply because, I mean, if they were giving everyone fast passes, there would be no need for a standby queue, right? Am I right? So that's how that kind of works. Now you do have an hour time slot. So basically when you book your ride, say you're going to want to ride Space Mountain in Magic Kingdom, so it will give you a 1 hour block. So it would say, right, from 9:30 till 10:30, that is your ride time. So you can show up at any point during that 1 hour period and you can ride that attraction. Now, sometimes I know people get waylaid, sometimes they forget their fast passes. That's okay. They do normally give you a 10-minute grace period, but anything after that, it is at their discretion at the ride as to whether or not they will let you into the Fastpass Plus queue. So again, if you're going to be right the way over in Frontierland and you have a fast pass right the way over in Tomorrowland, then do allocate time to obviously walk across because they're 2 opposite ends of the spectrum of that park, so do allocate the time. Also, I always write down whatever fast passes I have because I like to keep a ledger with me. If you don't want to do that, you can just keep them because they're on your My Disney Experience app and you can check back and refer to them at any point. So that's fine. Now with that being said about the 1 hour booking slot, it does mean that you cannot book another fast pass within that 1 hour window. Makes sense, right? So again, if you're going to be riding Space Mountain from 9:30 till 10:30, and then you think to yourself, well, I want to make a fast pass for, I don't know, let's say Tomorrowland Speedway. Just pluck one out the air, Tomorrowland Speedway, because they're in that area anyway, right? You will then have to make it for 10:35 onwards. You cannot book it for 10:15 because it encroaches on your first fast pass. So that's the only thing that you do have to think about. Also, if you do have a dining selection, then it will usually flag it up and say, well, hang on, you're meant to be having breakfast at the Contemporary at this time. Are you sure you want to book that? You know, so it will let you know when you go to book it. Again, you will get an email. Usually if you are staying on site, you'll definitely get an email to tell you that your fast pass selection date is coming close and that you need to be booking stuff. If you're staying off site, I'm not entirely sure how it works. Sometimes there's certain vendors, like if you've booked with a travel agent, they will send you an email, but I'm not too au fait with that, to be fair, because I really stay on site more than off site. So that's the thing. What else is on my list? Right, yes, this one. Now, all of your party does not have to ride at the same time. This is a brilliant thing. My sister personally does not like big roller coasters. She just doesn't. So it means that when me, her and her husband, my brother-in-law, went, me and him wanted to ride Expedition Everest and she would not ride it, just would not do it. So it means that I can make a fast pass for me and my brother-in-law to go ride it, and I can make a fast pass for her for one of the smaller rides, or maybe one of the attractions, you know, like the Lion King attraction or something like that. Show, not attraction, show. So I can do that, which is good because it means that we don't all have to ride the same thing. Same thing goes for when we went the last time. Emma and Martin wanted to go on Splash Mountain. I didn't. I booked them a Splash Mountain fast pass. I booked myself a Haunted Mansion fast pass because please. I live there, right? And then we just met back up afterwards. So that is a brilliant, brilliant thing that you don't all have to ride the same ride and you don't all have to experience the same attraction. So again, that's something that you can note down. Maybe if you do have someone in your party that doesn't like the bigger rides, or someone in your party that maybe can't sit through a stage show, then that's fine. You can just book and do different things and it's not really a problem. It will just ask you during booking to highlight because you tick each person that's going to be having that fast pass. That being said, do check that you have highlighted people. There was a couple times when I didn't highlight Martin for some reason. I don't know why. I think I thought that it would already do and it didn't. And we would turn up at the attraction and me and Emma had fast passes and Martin didn't. So you know, it wasn't on purpose, guys. I swear it wasn't on purpose. But do check when you're making your selections that it definitely has all of your party that are riding on your selection. So there's that. Next thing, you can easily change your fast passes. You know, they understand, things come up. Sometimes you think, I'm going to be in that park for opening. And then you have a really, really late night the night before, like we did at Mickey's Not So Scary, and we couldn't be bothered to get to Hollywood Studios the next day, like super early. So I just logged onto the app and I changed it. I knocked our, I think it was Rock and Roller Coaster, I think actually. Yeah, I knocked that one down by an hour or two just to kind of give us a little bit of leeway so that we could have a lie-in. So it is easily changed on the app, that's not a problem. Again, you know, if you have the app, if not, you can always call down to concierge and they can actually change it for you. So, you know, I mean, there's different ways of doing things, so that's fine. Next thing, what else? Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've done that. Right, time slots are allocated by the system, so it will basically come up and it will tell you what times are available. And you just select exactly what you want. It's pretty like straightforward, pretty self-explanatory. It's a little bit like dining in that respect. It just tells you what's available and you select it and you select your party size. Pretty simple. Now the biggest thing is that some parks do have a tiering system. So the only two parks that have this at the moment are Hollywood Studios and Epcot. Now I'm not too sure about where the ground kind of lies with Hollywood Studios because a lot of the attractions are shut or they're renovating and different bits and bobs. So I'm not too sure at the minute if this is 100% correct because obviously I'm not going this year. But I do have a trusty pad with all my tiering system on it and I'm dropping things. Yay! So basically Hollywood Studios, you have group A, so you can pick one from Group A, these are the bigger attractions usually, and you can pick two from Group B. So Group A rides at Hollywood Studios are the Beauty and the Beast stage show, which is an attraction, the Great Movie Ride, Fantasmic, Rock and Roller Coaster and Toy Story Mania, because they're all the ones that are super, super popular, so you can pick one of them. Now, you can pick from two of Group 2, which is the Frozen Sing-Along, Indiana Jones Stunt Show, The Muppets, Star Tours, Tower of Terror and The Little Mermaid. So you can pick two out of them. So Epcot, you can pick one from Group A and you can pick two from Group B. So Group A attractions at Epcot are Illuminations, which is the fireworks show, Frozen Ever After, Living with the Land, Soarin' and Test Track. Okay, so you can pick one of those. Now from Group B, you can pick two of these. So that is Figment, the Character Spot Meet and Greets, Nemo, Spaceship Earth, oh, Crush. Yeah, for a minute there I was like, what are you talking about? Crush, which is again, like an interactive thing for kids. Mission Space, green or orange. So, again, you can pick 2 from there. So that is a tiering system. Now, Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom do not have a tiering system. You can make 3 fast passes for any rides. That's not an issue there. I don't know why they've done it with the other 2 parks. It is a little bit irritating because, like I say, like especially with Epcot, you've got Group A where you can only pick 1, and it's either Test Track or Soarin', and both of them are very, very popular. I would personally say pick Test Track, only because Soarin' does have another theatre now, so it does tend to get people through a bit quicker than Test Track does. So pick Test Track for your fast pass and run to Soarin' when the park opens. That's kind of my thing on it, to be honest. So I think that's kind of everything that I can tell you. That's everything that I've got written down and that I can remember, to be perfectly honest. It's pretty easy, to be honest, to get the fast passes. All I would say is to definitely fast pass the rides that you cannot live without. So again, we only did Frozen Ever After once because I was stupid and didn't think that we would probably enjoy it that much. I don't know why, so I only did it once. I picked it once and I really, really regret it because that's something that you really can't get a fast pass for near the time, and the standby queue is usually huge. Same with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train out in Magic Kingdom. It's the same kind of thing. We didn't see wait times drop below 90 minutes, so again, maybe factor that in when you're planning your fast passes. But for now, guys, that is everything that I can tell you on fast passes. I hope this did help you guys to plan for your future vacation. If you like this video, then please do go ahead and give it a big thumbs up for me. That does really help me make more videos for you guys. Also, if you haven't already and you feel like you would like to, then go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button just up here in the corner. It makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. And until next time, guys, I am going to check you later. So check ya.